Okay, I'm back. I look a little bit better. I got to kind of do my hair. The baby woke up halfway through out of her nap while I was doing my hair, so I just threw it back and put her back to sleep. I handled a few things, and here I am. I was gonna go upstairs and put on makeup, but I was like, you know what? First of all, my skin needs to breathe. Like I said, my cycle is approaching. Oh no, she's waking up. I might have to restart. She moves though. She'll move and it go back down. I'm looking at her on the monitor. I don't know. She's rubbing the eyes. Well, this is going to be a story time, so let's see. It's an interesting story. I know everybody has a story. Everybody. But I was going to start with how my husband and I met. I might get up to the point where we get married because that's a whole story on its own. I might do that on a separate one because that story is an interesting one. But I was going to tell about how we met, and because that's the beginning, and then go from there. So this would be part one. I'm all over the place. So like I said, I was going to go put on makeup, and I was like, you know what, I wanted to look cute. I was like, oh, they saw me looking crazy. They came back looking cute, but oh well. This is me. I'm not going to put on makeup just to film a video either. My skin does not need that. She's not looking. Look, this is what real skin looks like. We're trying to get her back. I miss my pregnancy skin. It was amazing. But okay, let me get on track. My brain is always 10,000 places at one time. So, March 10th, I believe it was, the night of March 10th of 2024 is the night I met my husband, my soon-to-be ex-husband. I'm just gonna call him my husband because technically we're still married, so he is my husband still. So, March 10th. It must have, I believe that was a Friday, if my dates are lining up. I don't know. Don't fight me if it's wrong. But around that, but I'm pretty sure it's March 10th, March 11th. No, that was, I don't know. Let me just, the dates don't matter, girl. I know the day we got married, so that's all that matters. So, I went out with, I had one good friend. We'll call her L, because I don't know if I'm going to expose her name right now, but we'll call her L. And so she and I used to go out, you know, we live in a small town. There's nothing to do except go to the bars and whatever. So we'd go out on the weekends. This was before I became a mother, by the way. So one night we worked at a place, and you know, a couple of the other girls from work, they're like, oh, let's all go out. So it was probably like a group of 5-6 of us that ended up going out that night together. We had a time. It was fun, and it became fun. So in the beginning, we went to this country bar, which is like the biggest bar slash club. It's not even a club. It's a bunch of bars around here. We live in like a kind of like a country town. I don't know. So we went to this. If I say the name, people will know where I am. So we went to this country bar, which is kind of split into two halves. The big side is the countryside where they play country music and whatnot, and then there's like a smaller area you can go where some nights they'll play like hip-hop and stuff, some nights they do Spanish music. I believe this night was a Spanish night, which I love me some Spanish music. Okay, I'm a Miami girl. So we were on the Spanish side I don't even think we went to the countryside. I used to go to the countryside all the time years before that with my country homegirl, but that might be another story time. So we were over there. There wasn't much popping over there, I guess you could say. So me and Elle was like, I know a good hip-hop bar, like rap hip-hop. That's where, you know, the hip-hop people be at, if you know what I'm saying. And I believe they were having Caribbean night that night, because I remember dancing to some Caribbean music. I was a little lit. So it was a small town, so everything's like within a 10-minute drive, if that. I don't even think it took us 10 minutes to get there. This was my first time being at this particular bar. In this town, we have bars, and they're like our clubs, kind of. We drink, we dance, whatever. So nobody else wanted to go, if I remember correctly. It was just the two of us, because we were like, we're tired of the Spanish music. We want something else. So everybody else stayed. to do Spanish music because most of them were Hispanic anyway, the girls that we had gone out with. So they wanted their music. Cool. So Elle and I, and Elle's my girl. Elle's gonna pop up in a lot of these stories. But Elle and I go to this other bar, and it was cool. It wasn't packed. It was like it felt more like a lounge hangout type of situation. Some people dancing, some people just chilling and drinking and whatnot. It was cool. I love those kind of vibes, like lounge vibes. Nothing crazy. And we were dancing. Your girl was lit. We were all lit. We were dancing. She was introducing me to people that she knew. That was her real hangout where she used to go. Because at this point we had kind of we knew each other because we worked in the same building, and then we both transferred to the same building, and so we knew each other, but we didn't really start hanging out like that until around this time. So we hang out, and we had a night. We were having fun, and this random man came up to me. Disclaimer, one of these days I'm gonna have him do a jail call, and he can tell his side of the story, because his side, I like when he tells the story. And so anyways, this random man comes up to me and he calls me by name, and I look at him and I'm like, who is this? I've never seen you. I don't know you. And he looked at me and he called my name, and he said I looked at him and I said, what, is my name on a poster? Is my face on a poster or something? I don't know why I said that, but and he was like, no. So background, there's a lot of background, I hope you guys can track. A friend of mine had convinced me to get a Tinder, and I opened up a Tinder, and I was on there for all of 2 days, and I saw the incels that live on Tinder, and I was like, absolutely not doing it. I'll take my chances out here on the streets, because absolutely not. A bunch of weirdos. So I was on there for like 2 days and never went back on. I never thought about like deleting my profile, whatever. So I guess he was on Tinder and he saw my profile. According to him, because we were just talking about this story the other day, he said that my picture looks nothing like the picture I had on Tinder. Does not look like who I looked like in person. I don't know, it was me. And then he said in my pictures I look short, but in person I'm 5'9". I'm pretty tall. So I don't know. He says he doesn't know how he recognized me. I don't know how he recognized me, but I just know this man is coming up to me, calling me by name, and I'm like, what, is my face out there somewhere? Like, how do you know me? And that's just how we start talking. So for the rest of the night, he and I are at the bar. We're taking part in some activities. I don't know if I can say that on here. And we're just having a good time. We're really just like going back and forth and talking, having fun, getting to know each other. I told him my life story. He told me his life story. And we just met each other. And that was that. So that's how we met. I'm out of breath, and I don't know if any of that even made sense. I'm gonna have to go back and watch this and see. But that is how we met. I feel like I should go more in detail, but that's just the beginning. That's not even the interesting stuff. The interesting stuff comes later. But from that day, we have been locked in. And so much life has happened. We met in 2024, March, and it has now, it's been 2 years since we met. Almost 2 years since we've been married. Funny story, we got married in like 3 months. But yeah, that's how we met. From then we were locked in. In another video, I'll tell you about our first time actually hanging out, because after that, we exchanged numbers that night that we met, and we would text back and forth, and we'd be on the phone and talking. And so then one day we decided to hang out. We were supposed to go on a date. This is the little cliffhanger. We were supposed to go on a date. I mean, he set up a really nice date for us and blah blah blah, but I was really sick that day, and we did other stuff. Nothing nasty, but we did other stuff. I just don't want to give out all the details. So look at all this. It just looks crazy. Laundry that I have to put away. Toys everywhere. But yeah, that is how I met my husband. And then 3 months later, we got married. And like I said, that's a whole nother story. So this is part 1, the meeting story. And I'll probably have another video to post today. We'll see how life goes, how the baby goes. She's sick. She's getting over sickness, and she's got a double ear infection. That is not a flattering angle. So I'm just going with her flow. I'm also a student. I'm out of school for like the next 2 weeks ish. So I'm trying to get everything done that I can't get when I have homework and studying and all that on my plate as well. So yeah, I'm gonna watch this and see if that just was a cluster of my brain. But we'll see. Part one, I might just post this one and re-record the story. Maybe I'm writing notes. I think popcorn. I was eating popcorn. Maybe I'll write some notes down the next time I do a story so I can at least stay on track. That's it. Oh, by the way, last video, remember I was telling you about my hair length? Like, it's cute. It's cuter when it's like just down. I just pulled it back because, yeah, I thought this was gonna be cute, but it's not giving what I thought it was gonna give. But who cares? I was gonna put earrings into. I was gonna look kind of cute. Some makeup, a little blush on the cheeks. Oh no, baby's moving. All right, I gotta go.